Well, hello there, everybody. Welcome in the kitchen with Tally Faye. Hope everybody's having a good morning this morning. I wanted to get in here this morning and get started because this dessert I'm going to be making needs to be refrigerated. So I want it to be ready for tonight, right? And this is some good stuff, y'all. If you like cream cheese and stuff like that and everything, but this is it's a lemon berry cream cheese bar. And you got to mix it all up and bake it for just a few minutes. It doesn't have to bake like for a long time, but you want to bake it where it sets up and stuff. But the first thing we got to do before we can do anything else is get the little graham cracker crust made, okay? So let's get started on it. For that, y'all, and I went ahead and crushed them up. I've got 1.5 cups of crushed graham crackers, right? Okay, I think everybody knows how to do this. But anyway, I've got 1.5 cups of graham cracker crumbs here. And I have 1/4 cup of granulated sugar, okay? There's my 1/4 cup granulated sugar. And then I have melted in this cup, it's melted now, I have 6 tablespoons of butter. Let me stir it up a little bit. 6 tablespoons of butter melted in this cup. So all I got to do now is take it and I'm going to add that. Okay. Get it kind of stirred up and mixed up a little bit. Give them time to start getting a little bit somewhat squishy, right? Now the only other thing that I'm going to, and this would be y'all a basic graham cracker crust for any of your little desserts that you want to make. It's a good, and this is for like about an 8x8 or so dish, but I'm using like this one don't have measurements, but this one's this is a 2.5 quart dish here, y'all. Y'all, these are one of my all-time favoriteest brands of baking dishes. Even though y'all know I love my little blue corn flour dishes, and I do, and they're great. But if I get anything on the side, this stuff right here is my favorite, and I know you recognize it like that. These are the bomb. Anyway, we'll get our crust stirred up. We're going to get our crackers going here. Stirred up with the sugar and the butter. And now the last thing I'm going to do to this, y'all, is I'm going to add, I have here lemon extract. And y'all know that this stuff is some kind of pungent. Matter of fact, I was laughing. It says on here somewhere, keep away from spark or open flames. This stuff is stout. So, in this crust, now listen, if you have a fresh lemon, you can just grate a lemon and use the zest in there. I don't have that this morning, and that's why I'm using this, which I do this all the time anyway, okay? But it doesn't take but a little bit. Y'all, this is a 1/4 teaspoon measurement here, and all I'm going to put in here is half of that. So really, it's just it's just a splash. I got to pour it easy, y'all. It's just I don't know, there's probably about 4 drops in there, right? So we're going to just stir it just like that, okay? But that was a 1/4 teaspoon, and I didn't even put, half of it. So it's just I don't know, 3 or 4 drops of the extract, if that's what you end up using, okay? It smells so good, though, y'all. I love the way it smells. So now we've got the lemon extract in our crust. Let me get it. I want to make sure I got it distributed in there really good through all the pieces. But like I say, you can zest 1 lemon because you're going to need some lemon juice and stuff after a while anyway when we do the filling. But in that case, you would buy 2 lemons, I would say, will work for this entire recipe. Get you a couple lemons, and I'll show you what the rest of it is after a while. But let's get this crust done. Okay. Now, I think that's distributed well there. Matter of fact, I want to I want a taste of this. Let's see if we can taste that lemon zest in there. I mean, it's just a slight aftertaste in there. I probably could. I don't want to overdo it. It's fine with me just like it is. So if you do that, you could probably put the whole quarter of the teaspoon of extract in there if you want to. If you want your crust lemony. But remember, you're going to have a lemon filling. So to me, this kind of sets it off, right? Anyway, that's up to you. So here we go. We're fixing to take this and press it into our 9x9, 2.5 quart, whatever, some, 8x8, right in that area of size dish. We're just going to take it and get it dumped out in here. Okay. And now we're going to get it pressed out in here. And y'all, my oven is preheated at 350, okay? It's preheated at 350. So we're going to get this pressed out in there. And we're going to put this crust, I couldn't think what I was going to say. We're going to put this crust in there for about 10 minutes. That's all we're going to do with it, okay? There we go. I have my crust pressed out. Good enough. Okay? Alright. We're going to put that in there for 10 minutes. And then we have to let that cool. So, but I have all my other stuff set out and ready to start making that recipe up for the filling. But I might as well wait on that because by the time this bakes and then I'll let it cool, right? So anyway, in the oven we're going, 350 for 10 minutes. Okay, that's cool enough, y'all. It doesn't have to be like cool. I mean, like the bottom of this pan's still a little bit warm, but it, you just gotta let it back off a minute. That's all, okay? Like I say, this is still warm and this is still a little bit hot to the touch, but anyway, cool your crust just a little bit. We got that ready. Set it over here out of my way. All right. For our filling, y'all, I have over here, I've already started beating it up a little bit. Oh, didn't have that on good, did I? Okay, I have in my bowl here 1 8-ounce block of cream cheese, okay? I've got my cream cheese and I'm beating on it right now. So I'm going to go ahead, and that was, I've got that at room temperature, right? So now I have in this cup a pair of egg yolks. Be sure that it's just the yolks, okay? So crack them and drain the white off of them. So it's 2 egg yolks that I'm fixing to put in there with my cream cheese. Okay, there's that. Now, I'm going to beat in with that, y'all, 1 can of the sweetened condensed milk. Condensed milk now, okay? And this size is the little 14-ounce can that it comes in most all the time, that basic size can of it. But anyway, this is the sweetened condensed milk. We're going to put a can of that in here. See if I can get it out of there without making a mess, y'all. Y'all know I got to make me a tally-fay mess before it's over with, right? I'm going to have to stop it and open this thing up so that I can get to it. And get it out of there. Okay. Now, There's our 2 eggs, 2 egg yolks. The yolk, 2 egg yolks, 1 can of sweetened condensed milk, and 1 8-ounce block of cream cheese. You got to get that beat up nice and smooth and pretty, okay? You scrape it. You want this nice and smooth, okay? Now I have here, y'all, I've got my blueberries, okay? I have 1 cup of my blueberries. Now listen, these were the frozen ones. And so what I did with them, y'all, is I put them in a colander and I let them set and drain a little while they're thawing, because they create water when they're frozen. When they start thawing out, that water gets in there. Well, that will mess up the consistency in your recipes if you're not careful. So I let them drain really good, and I even took me a paper towel and kind of patted them dry. Just saying that about if you use the frozen ones, okay? And on top of that, I'm fixing to take my cup of berries, okay? And I have here 1 tablespoon of flour. This flour just happens to be the self-rising, because I'm out of my all-purpose. I can't believe I let myself get down and do that, but I did. Anyway, this isn't going to hurt one way or another, but I would say use all-purpose flour, right? But anyway, I got me a tablespoon of flour and a cup. This is a big cup, y'all, of my berries. And I'm going to take that tablespoon of flour Okay, that's good enough on that. I'm going to take that tablespoon of flour and I'm going to toss these berries around in it very gently. Try not to tear your berries up, right? But I'm going to coat them berries in that flour. Okay? That's easy enough. Tablespoon of flour and a cup of berries. Alright? Now the other big half cup that I have here is going to be for sprinkling on the top, so I don't have to put the flour on them. Just the ones that we're going to stir into the filling. Okay? So now we've got our berries on, coated. Let me check this out, y'all. See it? Can you see it like that? Look. There you go. Now you can see it. See how smooth and creamy that is? So, I'm going to go down here and check the bottom of my bowl. Y'all know you always have to do that with these mixers. Okay? Now, I'm fixing to stir in a half a cup of lemon juice, y'all. Now, here again on the lemon thing, I wanted y'all to know this part. Okay, I was talking about if you had fresh lemons. So, and I was saying 2 lemons will work for this, right? Those 2 lemons, okay, you grated the first one and used the zest in that in your crust, right? So, you need the juice from that lemon and the juice from the second one probably, because you're going to need a half a cup of lemon juice, okay? Well, I don't have the fresh lemons, so I'm going to use my bottled juice on that, right? So I'll use my bottled juice, and I may put me a little bit of this extract in there. But that leaves you another lemon, your second lemon to give you a teaspoon of zest to put in here. And that's why I'm going to use this in place of the zest, okay? I'm just using the extract in place of zest on fresh lemons because I'm having to work that out. But that's what I want y'all to figure out is, you know, you want to make these desserts or anything in here, use what you have. Figure out how to use what you have. So that's what I'm doing. So I'm going to shake it up good and get me a 1/2 cup of lemon juice, y'all. 1/2 cup. Okay? I'm fixing to stir that in here. Now you're going to stir this in, okay? Because you've already beaten this stuff. We're going to stir this in. And this will make it pretty thin too. Which is good because you're going to try to stir them berries in there without breaking them up, right? Okay. Got that in there. Alright, let me see here, y'all. You know what? That's lemony enough. For me, that is lemony enough. I'm not even gonna put this extract in there. Okay? There we go. We got that out of the way. Now, we're fixing to take these dusted berries here, and we're gonna fold them in. Try to fold them in gently, y'all, without breaking them up, right? See if I can do that. You know, if they were fresh ones, they would be, they wouldn't be quite as soft as the frozen ones are when they, but that's doing good. Look at them, they're staying whole. That's what we want, okay? So I got that folded in there nicely. That's good. That's what we want. See how they're staying whole pretty much? That's what you're trying to do there. All right. I've got that folded in. Now, we'll take our crust over here. We're going to just pour this right on top of it, y'all. This is bound to be good, ain't it? Lemon, cream cheese, blueberry, graham cracker crust. Y'all know it's going to be good. Okay. Now, kind of take that and see if I can spread it out evenly and kind of look at my berries and see where they're at in it, right? Try to do that gently. All right. It's about good as I'm going to be able to do that, I reckon. Get all that goodie off of there. Y'all done stained my fingernails with the blueberry stuff. Alright, here we go. We're going to take these and sprinkle them on the top. I'm trying to be easy and not squeeze them because they still, like I say, they're a little bit watery because they were the frozen ones. So I'm trying to be careful with that. I'm going to put every one of them on there, y'all. This was one of those 16-ounce bags. So really, it's, you know, 2 cups in there is what it amounts to. When really you only need like a cup of the blueberries. So, you know, hey, more is better. Sometimes I get myself in trouble with that, but we're going for it. Don't be scared. Don't even be scared. I bet we eat it and love every bite of it. There we go. Oops, see, there's more. Let me wash that off quickly. And you still can't get it off quick enough. Okay, look, y'all. There it is. Oh, I wanted to tell y'all, I think I forgot earlier. On my pan, you spray your pan first, okay? Spray your pan before you press your crust into it, just in case I didn't say that. All right, we're gonna take this and put it in the oven for probably 15-20 minutes, probably about 20 minutes. I want to make sure because it's a little bit deep. This dish, you know, I was talking about how I love this dish. It may be a little bit deep, and that may have been where I messed up as far as just trying to cut bars and get them out of there with it being so deep. So you might want to use one that's a little more shallow. I may not be able to get them out of here pretty, but y'all know pretty ain't everything, right? Okay, we'll be back in a little bit, 20 minutes or so. We'll see how this looks. And the oven is still on 350. Okay, y'all, here's the finished product. There it is after you get it out and cut it in a square. Looks pretty good, don't it? I was going to show you. See, once I cut it out of there. But there it was after I took it out, and I baked it for 30 minutes, y'all, in this dish because it was so deep. Okay? So, like I say, the time on it really called for like 20 minutes or so. But because, you know, this was deeper, I cooked it 5 minutes longer, and then I did it another 30 minutes. But look at that. And now the crust, I want to say this, the crust is almost a little candied like. That sugar cooked in there. But, you know, I still think it's delicious. So you might, you know something to do a little different on that. Maybe not quite as much sugar or something, I don't know. Or it may be because I baked it a little longer. But either way, it is absolutely delicious and worthy. And there it is, y'all. Y'all give it a try. And y'all take care, and we'll see you next time in the kitchen with Tally Faye.